All right. Well, welcome to another episode of Views from the Bridge, your second favorite podcast about the Philadelphia Union behind that, other one that you listen to. But we're glad you're here tonight. We got a special episode for you. We got a preview for our matchup against Atlanta United this weekend. Before I get to that, Chuck, how you doing?
Pretty good. It's been kind of a long week. Had to get back in the swing of things at work after spending most of last week out on vacation, which is never fun.
Nope, never fun to try to get back from vacation. So good. Glad you're here. And we got AJ from Five Stripe Weekly. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Atlanta United Fan TV, but Five Stripe Weekly. Yep.
Awesome. AJ, thanks for joining with us tonight. We've got want to find out a little bit more about Atlanta. We try to do these episodes every week to try to find out a little bit more about the opposing team and what they're going to bring against the matchup against Philadelphia Union on the weekend. So first of all, what just getting started kind of on the positive side, what do you like about Atlanta United this year and what they've started with so far this season?
Well, on paper, we're supposed to be quite good, but currently right now, we're not really doing that well. But so the attack on paper looks like a formidable one. But Emmanuel Latilat, definitely a very, very good striker. He's been everything as advertised coming from Middlesbrough. A very clinical striker, can score with his head, right foot, left foot. I mean, it's just pressing from the front as well. He's just every bit of the real deal. Miguel Miron as well coming back. It's feel good vibes. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to capitalize on those feel good vibes so far. The attack at times looks like a very dangerous one, but piecing it together from game to game, I think, and really from half to half, sometimes even from middle of a half to another half of the half, is a bit of trouble for us too. So there, it's hard to say what I like about Atlanta United right now without going into some caveats, unfortunately.
Well, we can certainly get to those. We've been there. We know the feeling of that with our latest trade and all of that going on in Philly. Certainly understand the caveats. You guys have started out 2-3-3 on the year. So you've gotten some wins, gotten some draws, gotten some losses. Maybe to get into some of those caveats, what's been the downfall so far? What's been the struggles in getting those wins?
Yeah, well, I think health has been a problem, especially with our defense, especially bits of our midfield as well. Yeah, we haven't really been having, a consistent 11 to really kind of see what these guys can do. And so our defense is really makeshift a lot of times, especially with playing a homegrown at left back sometimes, and sometimes at right back too. I mean, it's just been just piecemeal for a lot of it. And then, not having really any shielding for the defense either in midfield, where I think we are either kind of underperforming a little bit or just don't have the pieces that we really actually need. And slash Mateos Click is, not exactly fully healthy either. He's been either injured or, had the flu and just has been in and out of the side. And I think we really needed him to kind of hold that possession for us, connect the lines, and it just hasn't really been the case so far. Tristan Muyumba has been deputizing in that sense, but it's just not consistent enough from our midfield either. So yeah, it's a bit of that, and then Alexei Miranchuk, he and Miguel Almiron, they are popping up in the same spaces, the same zones. It's just kind of more and more PTSD, unfortunately, for Atlanta United fans, where we feel like, man, okay, we thought we were past this. We spent a lot of money, like we always do, but yeah, it's still the same old haunts from last year.
You guys brought in Ronnie Delia as your coach this year. Philly obviously knows all about coaching changes this year as well. Are you liking what you've seen? Kind of tactic, some of those, obviously, some of that you describe of people popping up in the same spaces. All of that could be tactical. It could be just the team gelling together and figuring out how to play together. But do you like some of the tactics that you're seeing out of Delia?
Yeah, run it down. He divides opinion right now. I think there is the reputation that he comes with, which is a little bit of stubbornness and keeping with his system and keeping with uh, kind of the 11 that maybe might be favored. It's possibly even, I mean, just with this week, maybe not knowing that Miguel Miron plays the 10 position as well in the past. But yeah, he obviously played right wing at Newcastle a lot. And also Paraguay, he played on the left wing. But as far as his tactics, it's really hard to tell. It's been 8 games. It's been a very mixed bag, and at home, yeah, we haven't really been holding Steed where we should be making a fortress. We haven't, and we've dropped points. We've looked at times just not able to motivate ourselves to play full 90 minutes. In which case, I mean, it's been the case for Atlanta United for some years now, but that's where we expected some change, where Dilo would be able to kind of bring something different, bring a winning mentality, and unfortunately, yeah, it's not yet. Of course, he's kind of had a little bit of this type of thing with NYCFC before, where it wasn't maybe necessarily exactly how they wanted to start, but obviously they were able to win an MLS Cup in a second year. So we're hoping that he can kind of conjure up that type of magic again. But I think the difficulty is that the this attack on paper looks like they can gel, but there's a lot of, I think, these players needing continuity with each other, needing to know each other's tendencies, and knowing where they like the ball. And there's just moments where players are playing the wrong type of ball for each other, and it's maddening because it's like Moranchuk's playing a ball to the right post for Miggy for his right foot when he's clearly a left-footed player. It's like just that type of stuff, or a through ball from Saba to Moranchuk, and Moranchuk's one of the slowest players on the team. It's just things aren't gelling, and it's just very frustrating for a lot of Atlanta United fans.
And even when it comes to that, like you've touched on it a bit with the lack of balance, but kind of what even is your best midfield? Because I mean, you're putting a lot on Mateus Klisch, and like he is 34, and this is one of the reasons why even I was like a little lower on Atlanta United coming into the season than everyone else was, because like yeah, you look at the attack's pretty great, but then you start peeling apart the pieces behind that and how they're supposed to fit together, and it's like, are they actually where they need to be?
Yeah, I mean, Click. That's the thing. He's played not very many minutes and not very many games. So when he played in the first match, he seemed to be that guy that was always available, the guy who could piece together the lines. But he hasn't, again, been that healthy. And Tristan Muyumba has done a decent job and kind of earned those minutes back. But Bartosz Schlisch kind of has underwhelmed, I think, a lot of people. Not really shielded that defense, not really a player that can recycle the possession well enough so that we can continue to, I guess, win the ball, move forward. And I think, yeah, I don't think we know our best midfield. It's a bit of the thing where maybe Fortune, Johnny Fortune, might actually be a better suited player for one of the combinations, as he's a little bit more athletic, a little bit more energetic to a degree. And I would say, it's kind of worth the try at this point when there's been kind of underwhelming returns from the pairing of Schlisch with really anybody.
Yeah. One of the things that I was thinking about with you guys and just Almiron coming back, I think the Union are kind of at a place where, there's been some cries from the fan base of Paxton or Brendan Erickson coming back and, wanting that. What does that do? Like, I guess like less feel, there's the tactics and having the player back who obviously has been good and has played well and at the highest level of the game. But what does that do for a fan base? Because we haven't really seen that for the Union having a player like that. I think Sebastian Letou came back at one point, and all of that, but that's kind of been our only example of a player coming back to the Union who was kind of a legend with the club. But what does that do for a fan base when a player like that comes back?
Yeah, I mean, I think it really energized the fan base, especially in the off season, right before the season starts. It was, I mean, a really large number of fans that met him at the airport. His whole family, he signed autographs, and yeah, he's a player that I think fans can connect with, and in kind of the mediocrity of what we've been facing for some years now, pretty much half a decade, going on maybe the sixth year if we can't get our act together. Uh, yeah, it does at least add to maybe across the city you can at least you can promote with a face, and that part I think is from a fan base that really possibly doesn't really need I guess more butts and seats per se, at least paid attendance wise. But from the optics, the casual fans have dropped off for sure, and I think Miggy returning has definitely helped save face a little bit, but the team still has to win, and the PTSD is very rife right now.
Yep. Any predictions for this weekend?
Ooh, unfortunately, I think you guys will probably have our number since you guys have pretty much had our number for quite some time, a little bit. And yeah, in our last 6 against you guys, we've only won 1. So, I mean, it's at least a draw. It's probably a Union win. We're just not in best form. And away on the road for us, not really great. We're a type of squad that really is still figuring itself out. And on the road is also one of those things, too. So, yeah, I think it's probably a 2-1 loss for Atlanta United.
All right. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Well, thanks for joining us tonight and kind of giving us that overview of Atlanta and what you guys are doing this season. Tell us where we can find you if anybody wants to jump on and listen to you guys and hear what you guys are talking about.
Well, yeah, thanks you guys for having me. And yeah, you can find us at Atlanta United Fan TV across all the socials, spelled out sometimes ATL UTD Fan TV. And yeah, you can find it on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, everywhere. Yep. Appreciate you guys.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll be back with more Union content very, very soon.